In this demonstration, we want to set up the penguin bowling scene as shown here on this PowerPoint slide. Because this is our first program, we're going to use the distances that are shown here and the orientations or the locations of the objects. This will simplify our program in our first attempt. So I start Alice and I select the snow template. I then click on Setup Scene, and I want the gallery. The penguin is a flyer, and it has its own directory for both an adult and a baby, and we're going to work with an adult. So I drag it into the scene and give it a name. I need to get the bowling pin out of the prop directories, so I click Prop, find bowling pin, click on it, accept the name bowling pin, click OK, add it to the scene, and then I'm going to add the bowling ball. We do not have a bowling ball in the gallery, and so I'm going to create a bowling ball using the sphere object. So I click on sphere. I'm going to change name of sphere to ball. I want the sphere or the ball to be black, and I want its radius to be 0.125. So I click on custom decimal number and I type 0.125. Now I need to bring the ball up to the ground, and so I click on the translation tool, grab the arrow, and now I can move it up and set it in the snow. The next step, I want to make sure that all the objects are facing appropriately. If you remember, we wanted the penguin to be facing the ball, and we want the ball to be facing the pin, so that when the penguin collides with the ball, it moves in the appropriate direction. And in the story, the pin is going to want to come back to the penguin, and so we're going to want it facing back towards the penguin. The penguin is the only one of the objects, so we can be sure of which is forward. The forward here for the ball actually represents where the camera is and doesn't represent the camera's orientation. So I'm going to right-click on the penguin, select Procedures, and tell it just to be sure to turn to face the camera. It makes a slight adjustment. I'm then going to tell it to turn to its left a quarter turn. I'm going to right-click on the bowling ball, tell it to orient to or actually to move and orient to the penguin. Unfortunately, what this does is it puts its center position at the center position of the penguin. Center position of the penguin is at the feet, center position of the ball is in the middle, and so we end up in this strange sort of configuration. But that's okay, because now I'm going to tell the penguin to move backward one point 1.25 meters. All right, so that when the penguin moves forward a meter, it will collide with the bowling ball, but not jump on top of it, as it were. Checking on translation, I can then move the bowling ball up. Now, I will tell the bowling pin to move and orient to the bowling ball. And again, it sort of has the same problem. The center point of the bowling pin is at its base, and so its center aligns with the center of the bowling ball. We want it to be 3 meters from the edge of the bowling ball. So we are going to tell the bowling pin, right click on it, procedures, move forward 3.25 meters. Now it's a little bit above the ground, so I'm going to click on it and move it down until I see that it's on the snow field. I can now sort of check how things are, what the alignment looks like for each of these objects by going to the layout scene view. And this gives me an overhead view of the scene. The penguin is facing the bowling ball is facing the pin. The pin is facing the same direction as the penguin and bowling ball, so we're going to have to go back and turn it around. So I will right click on the pin and tell it to turn left or right a half a turn, so that now the penguin is essentially 1 meter to the bowling ball. The bowling ball is 3 meters to the pin. Penguin is facing the bowling ball is facing the pin is facing back towards the penguin. I hope this helps.